Hi, I'm Delaney. Before I go on, I'd love to know, where in the world are you watching from? Drop your location in the comments below. I love seeing how far this little story can travel. Let's make this space feel a little more connected, no matter how many miles are between us. What I'm about to share isn't just another mom story. It's a warning about how quickly a perfect day can turn into a nightmare. That morning started like any other Saturday with my twins, Ezra and Ellie. They'd been begging to see the new penguin exhibit at the zoo, and I finally had a free weekend to take them. As a professional photographer, I was excited to capture some special moments of my little ones enjoying the animals. "Mommy, look at the silly penguin," Ellie squealed. Ezra joined her, their matching red t-shirts making them look like adorable mirror images. I snapped photo after photo of their delighted faces, cherishing every second. But something felt off. You know that feeling when the hair on the back of your neck stands up? I kept noticing this man in a blue polo shirt. At first, I brushed it off. Lots of people walk the same paths at the zoo, right? "Let's go see the lions next," they shouted in unison, pulling me away. That's when I noticed him again, pretending to read a map, while watching us. We stopped for ice cream. I kept the twins close, my camera hanging forgotten around my neck. The man, always a few exhibits behind, his eyes never left us. "Looks like they're having fun," a friendly woman smiled at us. I nodded, grateful for the normal interaction. But then, he moved closer. His pace quickened. Everything happened so fast. One moment, Ezra and Ellie were pointing at the elephants. The next, he lunged toward them. "These are my grandchildren. She stole them from their father." His voice boomed across the pavilion as he reached for Ezra's arm. "Get away from my children," I yelled, pulling them behind me, my heart thundering in my chest. "You can't keep hiding them, you thief," he bellowed. "Mom?" Ezra whimpered. "Is Daddy coming back?" Ellie looked up at me, confused. "Is that Daddy?" My heart shattered. They didn't understand. They were too young when Caleb, my husband, their dad, died in that car accident 3 years ago. They still asked about him sometimes. I never expected this day to twist that grief into fear. Thankfully, a man nearby, Jared, a dad with his own kids, stepped between us. "Back off, man. Security's already on their way." Visitors formed a protective circle around us. Kendra, the zoo's security supervisor, arrived with 2 officers. "Ma'am, are you and your children okay?" Her calm voice grounded me. The officers escorted the man away. His accusations still echoed, "She's lying. She's hiding them. She stole them." Ezra and Ellie clung to me, shaking. The kind woman from earlier handed us water while Jared showed me the video he'd recorded once he realized something was wrong. What I didn't know then was that this was just the beginning. That man, Nicholas Grant, wasn't done. But neither was I. Under the cold fluorescent lights of the police station, I sat with Ezra and Ellie sleeping against my sides. My hands trembled as I scrolled through Jared's video for the 10th time. "Miss Hartley?" A woman in a charcoal blazer approached. "I'm Detective Lena Morales." I told her everything, the stalking, the accusation, the chaos. Her expression darkened. "The zoo's already sent over security footage. Want to review it with me?" Nicholas had been following us from the moment we entered. "Wait, freeze that." He was already there, watching the entrance before we arrived. "Good catch," Lena murmured. "We've had 3 similar reports in the last 2 months. Parks. Museums. A library story time. All single mothers. All targeted." A knock on the door interrupted. Kendra walked in with a USB drive. "You need to see this," she said. "We found him on yesterday's security tapes. He was here all day, tracking families." Lena's phone buzzed. His ex-wife, Naomi Grant, just called. "She's ready to talk." Naomi arrived, exhausted and anxious, clutching a manila envelope. "I should have come forward sooner," she whispered. "But I was scared he'd come after us again." She explained that Nicholas lost custody of their daughter 5 years ago. He never accepted it. When the courts enforced the restraining order, he redirected his obsession toward other mothers, women like me. Naomi laid out photos, Nicholas lurking at parks, playgrounds, school pickups. He keeps detailed notes. "The twins, your matching outfits probably triggered him. He's obsessed with twins." Lena's tone softened. "Did he ever hurt you?" "Not physically. He was all psychological. Told my daughter's teachers I was an imposter. Made fake accounts. Spread lies." That night, Ellie asked again, "Mommy, was that Daddy?" "No, baby," I whispered, holding her close. "Daddy's watching from the stars, remember?" After Naomi's statement and the zoo footage, Lena secured a search warrant. The search warrant was executed less than 24 hours. Inside Nicholas Grant's small apartment, investigators uncovered a chilling archive. Photos of children, twins, triplets, siblings close in age, were pinned across his walls like some deranged family tree. Most of them were labeled with first names, home addresses, school pickup times, even the days their parents worked late. Lena showed me one of his journals, meticulous, handwritten logs tracking family routines, noting vulnerabilities, like shared custody schedules or single-parent households. Dozens of fake Facebook accounts had been mapped out, complete with timelines he'd used to spread false claims or contact his targets. There were even screenshots of my own posts, pictures I'd shared of Ezra and Ellie, never dreaming someone like him was watching. It was no longer just stalking. It was calculated. Systematic. And it meant one thing: he'd been preparing for much more than just that moment at the zoo. Then came the online storm. Nicholas made fake accounts accusing me of running an underground adoption ring. Angry strangers filled my inbox. But for every hateful comment, there was a story. I saw him at my son's soccer game. He followed me through the museum. He tried to grab my nephew at the park. Families from all over spoke up. They just hadn't before. Why? They thought he'd been sent by their exes. Because they didn't think they'd be believed. Because, like Naomi, they were afraid. Eventually, Lena suggested we set a trap, with the help of the media, the zoo, and a few brave families. And it worked. Nicholas showed up at the Children's Museum, just as predicted. I was there with 2 child actors who looked like Ezra and Ellie. When he lunged again, screaming about conspiracies, Lena, Jared, and Kendra's team were waiting. But it wasn't until Naomi's daughter stepped out and cried, "Daddy, please stop," that something finally broke in him. They took him down without another word. 2 months later, I testified in court. Ellie won't wear red shirts anymore. Ezra checks every room before he enters it. More victims came forward. Triplets. Nannies. Foster parents. The judge handed down the sentence: 8 years in prison, lifetime registry as a stalker, and a ban from any family-oriented venue. Outside, cameras swarmed Lena. "Thanks to Miss Hartley," she said, "new legislation is underway to better protect families." 3 months later, I stood at a podium in the state capitol. "The Family Safety Act," I said, "will create real change. Better security. Trained response teams. Real accountability. Ezra and Ellie are safe. They still ask about their dad, but not about the angry man anymore. We go to the zoo. They wear matching elephant shirts now. So here's my question: if you'd been Naomi, would you have come forward sooner, or stayed silent too? Was her silence understandable, or dangerous? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And remember, courage is contagious.